Springs Preserve is very proud of its sustainability initiatives. The most obvious initiatives here at the Preserve are the buildings themselves. Now, the Springs Preserve did receive certification from the U.S. Green Building Council, a Platinum LEED certification, so leadership in energy and environmental design. And at the time, we were one of the most environmentally advanced complexes here in North America.
One of the most substantial of our green advances is in many of the very walls that surround you and that function as simple, sensible, highly effective earthworks.
Behind me, you may notice a structure or a part of a wall. That's what we call rammed earth construction. Now, generally speaking, rammed earth is the walls are thick enough so that over the course of one day, the heat from the sun doesn't have a chance to penetrate all the way through inside the building. And then at nighttime, when the sun is down, there's an opportunity for the heat to kind of ebb off the building, and you kind of start the day back over again.
The mixing and ramming of clean and recycled ingredients would be a perfect project for the kids to get their hands dirty if it wasn't done on such a massive and sophisticated scale.
Just a little bit of naturally occurring sediment, a teeny bit of Portland cement as a binding agent, leftover ash from a coal-fired power plant. And then we mix all that together with a little bit of water. We build a box about the size and width of the wall. We add in a layer of that and tamp it down. Add another layer and tamp it down, ramming it down, pushing it down. And in fact, if you look at the wall, you may be able to see various levels or lines in there.
Inside, the buildings are all about the innovative use of a plentiful but often wasted agricultural byproduct that is very sparing of cold or hot air.
For many of the buildings, we use straw bale insulation. It's tightly bound. In fact, it's so tight, it has an R factor R56, meaning it's much, much better at keeping the heat out or the cool in, depending on the time of year.
With our abundance of sun, it's no wonder that solar power is such a key component of our sustainable energy profile.
The most obvious thing that people have seen when they come to the Preserve are the solar panels in the parking lot. And you may not know this, but they in fact do move a little bit. They do track the sun.
Solar is also the driving force behind the lighting in the gardens and an award-winning house that is as beautiful as it is sustainable.
2 years ago, UNLV took second place internationally at the U.S. Department of Energy's Solar Decathlon competition, which was quite a coup for UNLV, and the home is permanently here at the Springs Preserve. And we are using the solar power to generate the power used for the home, as well as the heat for the hot water systems that are used in the home as well.
What we don't have enough of, except when there's suddenly too much of it, is water, and that's often the product of rain events, which is why we've designed into the buildings some unique and pleasing features for water harvesting.
We have something called the butterfly roof in front of one of the buildings. And what happens is when there is a rain event, water is funneled down to that V there, and then there are gutters on either side that direct the water into a very large cistern.
The whole closed system we've conceived is very beneficial, but also symbolic of every way we try to maximize sustainable opportunities in these surroundings.
The water then flows down into a landscaped area below, and then if it is a very large rain event, we have some raised drains which can then take that water from under the sidewalk there down into what is now a dry wash and can irrigate down towards the gardens as well. So we're trying to take advantage of the water and directing it to where we need it. So here we're trying to use it for the purposes that we want when we can.